Hello and welcome to the third Yellow season preview. I'm joined by Cam
Hello.
and Ben.
Yo, what up?
And here we are to ruin the season for you again by predicting it all long before it happened. Who's going to win the league, Ben?
Chelsea. Deja vu, I know, but
this time they will.
they will win it this time because they've got Fabregas. I think that's probably it.
And they have a striker. And
I don't think the striker's any good, but I just think they've got so many good other players. And they got Didier.
Well, Fabregas won all those leagues before, didn't he? So I remember all those titles with Fabregas.
And not at all bitter, Cam, who do you think wins the league?
I don't know. I think Chelsea win the league as well. And it pains me to say it. I think we should have a rule that we can't be unanimous, though.
Right, that's City. That's City then. Because if it's not Chelsea, it's got to be City.
But you think it could be Chelsea then?
I don't know. It's tough, but yeah, I'd probably go Chelsea if I had to put money on it. It's Chelsea.
Oh, it's depressing, isn't it? All three unanimous Chelsea.
All the
Who are the contenders? United?
No.
No one's saying United.
I don't know because they should have like 24 points from their first 8 games.
Yeah, their first games are very easy.
That might give them a chance because they do have a great run in. But then again, they could be out of the title by September if they don't start well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they win the league. I think they'll do better, because they can't do any worse either. But I think it's between City and Chelsea. It's just hard to see past those two. I mean, it was last season and between those three, but
maybe I don't know. I think Arsenal were 7 points off, and I think we should be closer this year because we've improved.
You'd be disappointed if you weren't.
Really, I thought Arsenal could have been closer last season. So they've got every chance. It's just whether.
I think a lot of teams have a run at it this year.
Yeah, there's more teams in it than Chelsea, but I do think they've spent the most so far. It applies with financial fair play, which now financial fair play exists. It's hard to be bitter about spending as well, which is kind of. I mean, they are benefiting by the fact that ages ago when they signed Luiz, that they can now sell him for 50 million.
Yeah,
so it's for the first few years, it's going to be a little bit uneven.
In the sell, yeah, I mean, they managed to sell a few players that didn't really contribute a lot, like Lukaku, Bar.
Yeah,
and
just sort of shifting around their big,
and
big cards.
And then they've brought in some big players with that money.
I think the only hope for Chelsea not winning it is that Costa is just like he was in the World Cup and not very good and doesn't sort of fit the team. But
Costa's only had one spectacular season. He had the seasons before he just had around 10 goals and stuff. But his last season was the only one where he blew the league away.
Yeah,
nobody's mentioned the team that came second last season.
That's true. Yeah,
Who's that?
Well, Liverpool obviously lost Suarez, but it depends. I think it depends on the last few weeks of the window. If they bring somebody in that's going to score some goals. If Sturridge gets his quarter-long injury when he does get it.
Do you think Liverpool have a chance of the title then?
No, but didn't last season, so it doesn't really.
What is a good season though for Liverpool then?
A good season, I think if they get if they get top 4, they'll be happy. You then consolidate your position in top 4, and this becomes you can afford to begin to splash out on the bigger players as well. I
think it's you attract more players if you're in it consistently as well.
So
you take 4th.
I take 4th straight away now. Yeah.
Okay.
What, a semi-final of a cup?
Well, Roger said he wants to win something this year. I don't know what he wants to win, but
you're going to offer him 4th then because he'd take it.
I'm not. Offer him 8th. I want Liverpool low.
Okay.
I don't think. I think it will be close. I don't see United in the run-in for the title when it comes to the final few weeks, but they've got a hell of a run-in. They've got a wonderful start to the season, but then they have all the.
It's going to balance out, yeah.
The last 10 games, I think they play the top 6 and 4 or 5 away. So
what formation are they going to play as well?
Well, they're on about doing this wing-back thing, but by all accounts, Rangal's only more or less doing that because that's the only thing he thinks he can get out of the squad.
Because if he plays 3-5-2, I expect, just because he got better players, it'll work when they play Villa. And I just think it'll be a bit of a weird formation when they play the Man Cities, the Chelseas, the Arsenals.
Yeah, it depends if it works or not. Like if it works once, people might start copying it. That's what tends to happen.
Well, the 3-5-2. I mean, the weird thing is people have started going on about 3-5-2s is nobody's ever seen it before. I mean, Liverpool played it for a quarter of last season.
Yeah, I don't know. They played it during the World Cup, didn't they, Holland?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it can work. It's just I do think you need the players for it. Whether they have got the players for it, I mean, I'm not sure they got the players for a title challenge. It depends if they stay. I mean, if Van Persie stays fit, which is an eternal.
Yeah,
question.
I don't know. I think he probably will, just because they've got Van Gaal. He seems super motivated. I can see United doing quite well.
I reckon they'll be top 4. I think Liverpool will miss to be the ones who drop out, and I think they'll be fighting with Everton for that 5th spot.
I don't see. Well, we'll talk about the top 4 in a minute, but people have said about whether Everton could boost. I don't think I think they got the Europa League and they've got a very small squad. I think that's a real kicker. The Europa League tends to hurt teams more than any other competition. It's got more rounds, longer journeys.
Yeah, ruling them out for 4. Who's your top 4? Let's go top 4. That's what we're dancing around.
I'm going to say Man City 4th. I'm going to say...
You're giving us an order as well.
Yeah. I'm going to say Man City 4th. I'm going to say 3rd will be United, 2nd Arsenal, 1st Chelsea.
Okay.
And it's not the order I want things. I'm just saying
that's your predicted order. Have you got an order, Quinton?
I'm going to go from the top just to mix this up. But I would go Chelsea, City, Arsenal.
Oh,
I'm going to go Liverpool just because I predicted 6th last season, we came 2nd. So if I boost my
halfway.
Yeah, if I boost that, we might win it.
Yeah, we were saying before, like your prediction is your, it's like weakest link when you bank. Like you can't have any more joy above your prediction. So last year I called Arsenal 4th. Like if they finished 3rd, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy 3rd. So it's a good job they didn't. No, I'll go from 2nd then if we're going. Is my top 4. I think Arsenal will be 3rd. And then I think I'm going to say United will be 4th. I think we could still finish above United. And then probably Chelsea, City. And I don't know. It's harsh on Liverpool really, but they have changed so much, it's hard to predict without seeing a few games.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict anything on the back of pre-season as well. It's just...
The thing is about Liverpool, though, their fantastic thing last year was Suarez. And... they've replaced Suarez with midfielders, and I don't know necessarily whether they've really improved the midfield with the players they've signed. Maybe long term, but not immediately. I don't think.
I think this will be a tougher season for Liverpool than long term. I think they're set up quite well. They've got a lot. I mean, the bulk of the squad is in the early 20s, but it's this could be a bit of a transition season almost. But at the same time, I don't think. Everyone says about replacing Suarez where the goals come from. Liverpool don't need to score 30 more goals. They just need to. If they conceded 15 less at the back. I mean,
have they actually got the players in that are going to stop you conceding? Because that's one of the things last season. You had a lot of games where you won 5-2, and you conceded a fair amount of goals, and it was okay because Suarez was scoring them. I don't think Lovren's enough.
Well, Moreno's meant to be coming in, who's from Sevilla. He should be in apparent bowl accounts. It's just waiting for he's going to play the Super Cup, and then
we've got to judge it now. The window's not closed. We've got to know.
No, I mean, I don't think all of it's necessarily players. I think some of it is just they were the organisational setup. I mean, also I think somebody did say the best player to replace the top scorer in the league is the second top scorer, and Sturridge is still going to score goals. When Suarez had a 10-game ban, he scored 11 goals in those 10 games. He has done well
he's got goals in him, but even both the goals weren't enough to. Although it was enough to finish 2nd, I guess you'd take that again. Yeah,
I mean, it's very. I don't see Liverpool challenging for the league, but I don't think they'll completely drop off the face of the earth. I don't think they'll come 10th.
I also think it was so tight last year that from saying they'll finish 5th this year, it sounds like a massive fall. But last year we were on top for most of the season and still came very close to not finishing in the top 4.
Yeah, I don't see Everton pushing again because they haven't really increased. They've signed a couple, but I think their signings have been very good. They got the Atsu coming on loan as well.
The Europe thing only matters if they stay in it. They could go out early. That's another factor.
They
They've done
can
it
just play
before.
youth kids as well. Some
Yeah.
teams do just play a complete and utter second squad.
I don't see Martinez necessarily. Martinez doesn't seem the person that would take it as a complete joke. No, I think.
Also, Tottenham have had some fairly decent seasons, like by Tottenham standards, being in the cup as well. It's not, it's not ever completely destroyed a Tottenham season. I think sometimes managers talk about it more as an excuse. Like Pardew will always talk about the Europa League.
But I think that the Thursday Sunday is meant to be very bad for the fitness and the preparation side of it. But I don't think it helps. I think you're better not being in the Europa League than being in the Europa League. I think not the Champions. I mean, I think Champions League's an advantage.
Spurs are in it, are they?
I
they
don't
not?
think. No,
No, it's Hull, isn't it? Hull.
Yeah, Hull,
Everton.
and God, we don't know.
Who
It would be Spurs then, wouldn't
Sunderland.
it? No,
No.
it'd be 5th and 6th in the league then.
So it's Spurs then.
Spurs are in
So
it.
Spurs are in Europe. So we're saying they can't finish top 4.
Tottenham.
Yeah. What do you think?
I-
Because they were set up for it last year,
They're
and they
one of-
haven't lost any of those players. I'm not even making a joke at that. And they're going to be better. Like Lamella and Soldado are going to be better.
I think.
I don't know about Soldado. I think Lamella will be better.
Yeah.
I think the problem is with Tottenham is whenever you have a season so bad, your status does slip, and it's a.
Well, they didn't get more points last year than the year before. It was.
What I know, AVB was doing better, before he got
Points
sacked.
points for comparisons are pretty irrelevant.
Points
Yeah.
don't mean prizes in the Premier League unless you have the most points.
Yeah.
I think everyone else got better, and rather than in a way they went as backwards as it was. Everybody else did improve, and I think the problem was actually I saw this that when they sold Bale, they didn't score a lot of goals anyway. They only scored about 50 or 60 goals the season before with Bale. So taking out 20 of them is a lot more than.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
if a team's getting 100 goals and they lose 20 or they're
I'm
getting 80,
expecting
it's
them
not as.
to have the best defence maybe in the league. I think Southampton had the best defence. Well, not the best defence, but comparative to their status, their defence last season was very, very good. Pochettino was a defender, and his signings, that's where he started from. He signed a left back, a centre back, a reserve goalkeeper, with perhaps the idea that he might lose Lloris.
Didn't Lloris sign a new contract?
I think he over
think
the
he
He's done
did
it now
summer.
this summer. He has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lloris
Okay.
is staying there
It
bizarrely.
still doesn't
He's so
necessarily
good.
mean though that he stays, but yeah, I think
It means he stays this season.
Yeah, I think
most likely,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think they'll have a good defence. But then up front, it's relying on Adebayor to care. And
Yeah, I mean they're saying that. Like I said, they got more points than last season. They did have a reasonable run against some of the lower sides because Adebayor was on form, and I mean that was just because Shearer quite liked him, so he tried for him. And I mean they were also awful last year, not just because they bought players which didn't really cover the weaknesses, but they also had two managers that weren't quite sure what they wanted. And they did. And when you're replacing a manager, the worst thing you can do is probably change to the complete opposite.
Just hire Tim Sherwood.
Yeah.
It's probably the worst thing you can
Well, West
do.
Brom tried. West Brom have tried it, but he turned him down, which is a shame. I think shame for the entertainment value. You're not going to get somebody else to put a fan in the dugout.
Yeah. So no other contenders for top 4. Newcastle?
No,
Not at all.
no.
They came close a few years ago.
Yeah, it was a few years. I mean, Villa came close a few years ago.
Yeah.
I-
QPR?
God
They've got the ambition.
Harry, yeah, they do. But Harry will be saying it's all about just staying up this year. He will sign 14 players, and it'll all
I
just.
think discussing QPR is almost completely redundant before September the 2nd. Like, we don't know any of the players they're going to be fielding yet.
Right, so everyone's picked the top 4.
Will Bobby get a contract? That's the big thing. Has he had his contract? I've been away.
Which one? Zamora?
Zamora.
I don't even know. Is this a long-running story?
He scored the winning goal, but he was out of contract.
Oh, right.
So it was whether he was going to get a year contract. pretty
That
much
was
for
also, I
kid.
don't know, but we are ignoring the fact that I mean, I was going on to relegation in a minute, which probably will contain QPR just in the discussions.
Hope
But
so.
yeah, but I don't know how they went up. The playoff final was one of the most one-sided games I saw all season. Derby absolutely dominated it, and then it was Kiev made an awful mistake.
No,
I mean, and then now we've got to put up with Harry Redknapp for another year. Should we talk about relegation then?
Yeah, but it had.
Who's going down? Because we all got this horrendously wrong last season.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, last year we all backed Hull, because we didn't know anything about Hull. And
We,
I feel like we don't know
most
anything
people
about
back
Burnley.
most people back Pulis, most people back Palace as well to go
Yeah.
down. But I mean, and
That's the thing, I think-
they were quite likely to go down if they'd stayed the same.
Yeah, that was
hit-
like naive in terms of we all backed them to go down on Holloway, like because Holloway was there, not thinking that they can actually just get rid of Holloway. Like they don't have to keep him for the whole season.
And Stoke, I mean, we all picked Stoke, and Stoke actually started okay, and they were fairly solid.
They finished top half, did they not?
Yeah.
Signing of the season so far. But we'll
What,
probably get around
Bojan?
to signing. Yeah, well, he's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
So 3 to go down.
Yeah. That's,
Teams that came up were Leicester, QPR, and Burnley.
Burnley.
I know who I want to select, so I'll try to say them.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll go Hull again. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
I hate Bruce as well. He just annoys me.
Yeah.
I will go for Leicester, and I'll go for Burnley.
Oh, okay.
That's who are going down.
Go on.
Burnley,
Agreed.
Leicester,
Agreed.
and Villa.
Ooh. Okay.
Wrong.
This is making it difficult. I think Leicester definitely will. Sorry, Leicester. I think Hull will as well. I think they've bought a lot of players, but like a lot of players they could have bought last summer, or like they haven't really made the sort of step up. So Leicester and Hull, and then that leaves. Does that leave me agreeing with Ben entirely with Burnley?
I think I'll tell you why you're wrong with Aston Villa. It's because they stayed up without Benteke pretty much last season. He barely played.
That is true. Yeah.
And he'll play. They'll score.
Isn't
10
he out for quite a
goals.
while still?
There's a lot of like teams yet, like West Brom.
Yeah, I am
got a good
forgetting there are
chance of
some
going
awful.
down.
There are some awful teams.
Yeah, West.
Didn't they get rid of the thing about Villa was they let Albrighton go, was one of their better players, and when he played, and I just don't know. They've had one of the weirdest.
You can't ever get past Von Vlaar. So let's rule
true,
out
yeah.
Everton.
Their star
Villa.
signing, Villa's star signing is Ali Sissoko for $2 million, and he wasn't very good. He was involved in the title challenge, but he wasn't very good. I mean, they've signed Senderos, Joe Cole, and who's the other one? Kieran Richardson. They're signing like it's 2006,
Yeah.
and all those players never lived up to their potential, and then got a lot worse.
What about Southampton? No, we're not talking about them to go down. They don't have any players.
Got you a wonder kid somewhere. Let's produce
That's
some
true. They're just.
wonder kids coming out.
I think they'd be in danger if there weren't a lot of terrible teams in the league.
Do you think Southampton's like the sort of lunchtime at the academy must be like? They're just like, oh, good, we're all playing next season. Like we're 15, but they must be loving it.
It's a very, very odd set of circumstances. I've never seen anybody sell more of their star players in a go. I mean, if they'd have lost Schneiderlin and Jay Rodriguez, which seemed like it was meant to happen, then they seemed to pull the plug on it.
I think they'll have a tough season, but obviously
They're meant to be signing a few.
they will be signing some players as well because they've got like,
Tons
80
of money.
million to spend, and probably more than that because it's rare that you spend less than.
Who's going to want to go there though? Like
The TV deal means that every club's got a lot more to spend this year. That's why Everton have signed Lukaku. They would normally have had that.
I don't know who will actually. I don't know. It's a bit like you've got to be the first brave player to go there, and then
That's it,
someone
yeah.
might follow.
Yeah, they've got this
Shall
domino
I go?
effect.
Well, they're meant to be signing Croncrete or whatever. Roncrete Vlar.
Who?
Was it Roncrete? Isn't they called him Ron Vlar? Like his nickname was
Oh,
Roncrete.
right. Oh god.
That's what they called him at Villa apparently. But he's been linked.
Southampton are going to sign him.
But that was the big rumour.
Well, they're safe then.
Who's their manager as well?
Koeman.
Scored a lot of
New
goals from
manager.
centre back.
They lost their manager and all their good players.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You must know
They're
some
staying
good
up because
Dutch
everyone's
players.
so bad. No, I think they've lost a lot. They have lost a lot. I mean, to them, I mean those players combined to them are probably worth more than they'd be to the other teams. I still don't see them quite going down because I think they've got a few good youngsters still to come through, and they'll sign a few
I'm going
players.
to throw another name in. I'm unhappy with agreeing completely with Ben, so I'm going to say Leicester, Hull, and I'm going to say Burnley are going to stay up, and I'm going to say Sunderland are going to go down.
Boy, come on, mate. They're the dark horses this season.
And Jack Rodwan, Fabio Barini, not enough to keep him up.
No, I don't think so. Like that.
No.
I think Gus is a good manager. He got them sorted at the end. Connor Wickham's on fire. You got to remember they got top goal scorer of 2014, 2015.
Gus might move on. Gus might get a bigger job. You never know.
You don't, but
Next Chelsea manager.
he could.
But Mourinho wins everything this year, doesn't he? He never doesn't.
So you're saying, right, I'm saying Leicester, Hull, Sunderland. That's my 3.
Wow. Yeah, I've already said mine. But Leicester, Hull. Leicester, Hull, and Burnley. So.
And Villa, Leicester, and Burnley.
Sean Dyche, like the Burnley manager, just sounds like the most idiotic manager. I think he's the new idiot of the Premier League. He was saying that there's a little thing on the BBC Sport website saying, I've made over 500 calls trying to sign footballers this season. It's sort of admitting to like...
How many are they getting, like 400?
Yeah. He goes, I'm going to struggle to have a squad of 25. That's what he said.
Oh,
I was like, oh, you're just admitting like to your own failures. He does qualify it with like other people have made some of the calls. But like, literally...
He's trying to claim his expenses back or something.
Counting the phone calls.
Premium rate hotline numbers.
Yeah.
Like,
This was Ron Vlaar.
he seems to be sort of going for the football manager approach when you manage that mid-table club and you just think,
Put loan offer. You've got no budget. You put loan offers in for every youngster.
no, you just have like a cheeky, you do look for a lot of like proper players, but you have a cheeky bid for Cristiano Ronaldo just in case there's a glitch in the game.
Yeah.
And this is real life, Sean. There's no glitches. He's not coming.
Managers clubs that start bad and look like going down often lose their manager. Who goes first?
Oh yeah.
I think I'm ignoring. Going back to relegation just for a second because it fits in. I think Sam Allardyce is going first. I think West Ham
Allardyce is going first. Allardyce always sorts it out though. Like,
but they more or less they've been undermining him slowly. I think they would have quite liked to get rid of him at the end of last year if they could have, because they've more or less kept him on the proviso he plays attacking football, and then he snagged the owners off in pre-season. They lost in pre-season. He said something along the lines of, we play attacking football and we lose.
yeah,
There's
there's a
tensions
lot
there.
of boardroom stuff there. I don't know. I think with their Olympic Stadium thing, they're just going to hope he keeps him in the league. I think that's the underlining thing.
I mean, I think they've got.
He did so badly at one point last year, and then did turn it around.
They lost about 8 in a row or something.
Yeah,
They've signed a striker as well. I'd forgotten his name, but
Zarate.
Is it Zarate?
They got him.
They've got another. He was at Birmingham, wasn't he, Zarate,
Yeah.
for a bit? And they've got I think a Colombian striker from the World Cup.
Oh, they got Enna Valencia from Ecuador.
Ecuador. Yeah. And
They've been linked with Peter Crouch as well as a backup to Andy Carroll. So
Well, Andy Carroll's like one injury away from just being taken out back and shot, isn't he? Like, it's just always injured. One of the worst signings.
yeah,
They've signed enough
such
to
a-
compensate for that.
didn't give him a proper medical clearly, and it's just.
No, I don't.
He's more or less had the same injury the whole time he's been there. It's just.
I'd be surprised if West Ham went. If West Ham, I actually think they'll have an all right season. I think by all right they'll finish top 12. I don't know where they finished last season. I mean, it's not particularly.
You're saying 12th basically.
No, well, I'm saying not in the bottom 8 is actually what I'm saying.
Very
Okay.
specific call.
It's slightly different.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Sam Allardyce first to go. Who do you think could be first to go? There's the list of the managers.
Let me have a look.
They're all there.
Will you be surprised if it was Wenger? I'll just go through this. Anybody think it's Wenger?
No.
I hope not.
Van Gaal?
No.
Unless he goes. Like, he does seem a bit volatile. He
Yeah,
could just...
like,
The only
if
way
they don't
he-
start well, like
The only way he goes this early this season is if for some reason he gets. pissed
Moyes
off
got
and
10
leaves.
months.
Martinez would probably be the second most surprising, I'd say, after Wenger. Wenger would be most surprising. Mourinho, no, probably won the title.
But again, Mourinho wouldn't be. You can't say he'd be most surprised or like.
I don't think you can
I'd put
say
him
a
about
Chelsea
mid-table
manager.
of surprising. Yeah.
A Chelsea manager going isn't surprising.
No, a Chelsea manager going isn't.
Because Mourinho left us very early last time he left Chelsea.
He
like
left
September,
about
October.
September.
But
October
I'd still
time.
be surprised if he was first.
Oh yeah.
Rodgers, there's some scandal in the. We don't know what the scandal is, but I know there's a scandal there. He might.
Ben can't talk about it because of libel, but it'll be out there soon enough.
Ben's just alleged a massive legal scandal with
Well, I'm just
the perfect man.
What? Look at his teeth.
Rodgers has already given us the best quote of the season, though. Do you know that one?
Say it.
Adam Lallana, he called him a great human being. That's just.
That's why you're signing players. Monk, maybe.
I think there's a good chance for Monk. They've made a lot of changes at Swansea. I think they'll still be safe, but there's just they've lost. I don't know. They've shifted.
Yeah,
a lot
I don't know. It depends if they keep Boney. If they lose Boney, it's going to be very tough.
Alan Pardew's obviously bulletproof.
Pardew can't go.
He's got. Was he got 5 years left still?
About 17.
No. what contract did he get? 8 years, didn't he? So yeah, he's got 6 years left, which is obscene.
Headbutted a manager, didn't get sacked. Ref didn't get sacked. He's safe.
Yeah, he's there.
Pochettino.
I'm going to say Paul Lambert will be the first one to go.
Oh, that is a shout.
Well, I think he's a good manager. I don't think so.
Okay.
Good managers can get sacked if they dealt a bad set.
What I'm looking forward to is Nigel Pearson getting sacked, and then the Twitter campaign to get Gary Lineker to manage him. I'm looking forward to that. That's the dead cert this season.
I don't think Lambert will go purely because Villa are obviously trying to sell, and I think they'll just keep the manager.
Well, that's
there.
the only thing that makes me, to be honest, think that he might go, because if a new chairman comes in, they quite often want to pick their own person.
No, yeah, but I mean, I don't think they'll get sold this early, so I think they'll keep the manager till City sells it. I don't think he's going to be. He won't want to be paying massive compensation deals when he's just trying to get rid of the business.
Yeah, Lerner's probably not sacking him.
So who are you saying, Quinnan? First manager to go? You said you've nailed down Allardyce.
It's Big Sam.
Oh, wow.
Dice.
Does he get sacked?
Dyche.
Oh, he's Sean Dyche.
Dyche.
He could go. Has Allardyce been sacked much before? I think he was at Newcastle.
He was sacked at Newcastle.
Yeah, he's got it in him.
And it just doesn't seem a happy marriage at West Ham with West Ham and him. Just they don't. The fans hate him. He doesn't seem to like the fans.
Yeah, but at the same time,
him.
He's lasted this long. It makes me think he could just ride it out.
Yeah, it depends who comes along. I think if somebody comes along that they think they can get that's better than him, they will do it. But
there's a lot of snobbery as well against Sam Allardyce. He did. Oh, I just made a weird noise.
I thought I thought I'd put a sound effect on.
I'd say there's a lot of snobbery, but he's never done a horrific job. Like, he had a bit of a bad time at Newcastle, but he only did half a season. He's got West Ham promoted. He did obviously very good at Bolton. And they're never the least entertaining club to watch. They don't necessarily play the best football, but they do score goals. They do score goals still. They don't play, tiki-taka.
Mind you, they put in what I mean. Not they were clearly trying to play well, but last season trying to rely on West Ham to win you the league, and then on the last day was one of the most painful things to watch. They are fairly dreadful.
It's what I don't know. It's one of those things though where West Ham they beat Chelsea. Did they beat Chelsea or drew Chelsea at Stamford Bridge? They beat them, didn't they? No, they didn't. That was Sunderland who beat them.
Yeah.
They drew with them. And he came out with... I don't know, they do have like compelling matches where they upset the big clubs as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I do agree.
It used to be us. Well,
they beat Spurs 3 times last season.
That's great.
It did happen.
Ravel Morrison, greatest goal of the season.
So, Ben, who leaves first?
I'm going to say Wenger. No,
gone.
Sean Dyche. I've already said Sean Dyche is going.
Cameron.
I'm changing. I'll say Nigel Pearson.
Right, and I've gone Sam Allardyce. There you go. That's who's going. That's all the people who are going. Who wins Player of the Season?
Hold on, we should go. Let's go through the managers and do whether they actually survived the season.
Right, go.
Right, okay.
Go.
I'll mark down how. Right, last year 12 went, and they were Clark, DeCanio, AVB, Sherwood, Yole, Muhlenstein, Houghton, Holloway, Mackay, Moyes, Petmel, and Laudrup. So they all started the season last year and aren't starting it this year.
Apparently, something like just we say Laudrup, whoever's won the League Cup, the manager more or less is gone.
Gone within
season.
a year, yeah. So who won the League Cup last? Pellegrini. So
Pellegrini's gone.
Yeah, Pellegrini's out. Right, okay. Let's go through and we'll see how many
harsh considering he won the league.
Are lasting. Like, obviously, a lot of those managers that got sacked only started halfway through. So the 12,
Yeah.
But right, so Wenger.
I think he stays.
Imagine he'll stay. He likes that place.
Monk.
Monk's gone.
He's gone, yeah.
Irvine. I think he's gone as well.
He's gone.
Monk.
Who's Irvine?
He's gone.
West Brom manager.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
Allardyce.
Staying.
He's gone.
I think he's going to go. I don't think he'll go first. So we'll do it on a vote. So sorry, Ben. Allardyce is gone. Van Gaal.
He stays.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Pardew.
He stays because he's got a huge contract.
Stays.
I think a unanimous stay. Yeah. Sean Dyche. I think he's gone.
We've just saved Alan Pardew's job. I think Dyche stays.
Also, doesn't he owe the manager so much money that he has to
Pardew,
stay?
yeah, it's all gambling debts.
That's how he got the job, wasn't it?
Don't know how that works.
Allegedly.
He's still in there. So Mark Hughes.
Stays.
Stays. You can have quite a bad season.
I think
there.
he goes, but I'm outvoted. Martinez.
He stays. They've just put a mural up on the side of the stadium after coming fifth. He's definitely staying.
Ooh.
Stays, yeah.
Yeah, stays. Pochettino. This is tough because he's a good manager, but he's a Spurs
He's
manager.
A Spurs manager.
He stays.
Stay.
I think he goes, but I'm outvoted. Poyet.
Stays.
Redknapp.
Oh wait, does it count? When we say they have to stay, or is it just being sacked? Because I could see Poyet ending up at Spurs at the same time.
Well, yeah, if you know, he's stays means he stays.
Oh well, yeah, I think. No, but you know what I meant, Ben. Yeah, but I'll go.
Poyet stay.
Yeah, stays. He stays.
So stays anyway.
Redknapp.
Well, he's the trickiest one. God knows.
I think he stays.
He
Remember what he
stays.
did with him last year? Like, to bring him down, and he didn't go then.
Yeah, he stays.
Yeah, so he can't do it again though. I'd say he stays.
I think he stays. Mourinho stays. Koeman
Goes.
I think he's gone. Pellegrini
Stays.
won the League Cup.
Stays.
Oh, because he won the League Cup.
I'm gonna have to say he stays. Paul Lambert.
Goes.
I'm saying goes.
Eventually.
That's it. They can go sort of if they go in July, like next year.
Yeah, that's
gone.
the thing. Maybe Pellegrini does go because I don't think they win the league.
You said they're coming fourth, so he goes at the end of the season if they come fourth.
Yeah. And you know it depends on the Champions League more so with City next year. Well, not more so.
They have to have a good run at it now.
Equally so.
Okay, right. Rodgers
Stays.
stays. He should stay.
I think he stays.
Last full season.
Because what can he do to like? I think if Liverpool finish seventh, and I don't think they will, but I don't think he gets sacked then.
No, I think they've clearly set up to build something that's trying to last for 2 or 3 years. It would be. And
I think it's his last full season. I think.
So you're saying he goes?
He'll do this season. He'll start next season. He'll be gone by February 2016. He's out.
Excellent.
Oh, no point doing the podcast for 2 years because
Ben's just locked it up. That's good.
February 2016.
One we haven't talked about, Tony Pulis.
I think he ends up going, but I think it's just by his own choice.
Stays.
I think Palace might not do that well.
Yeah, no, I did. Somebody said to me yesterday. I put £10 on somebody. Somebody said they will come top half. I don't see that happening.
Top half.
Yeah, well, I mean that's like taking £10 off someone. They're not going to finish top half.
They did last season, but I didn't see it happening again.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
10th, weren't they?
Good gravy. Wow. I didn't realise they did that well.
But I don't think they'll have a bad season. I mean, he signed actually very well in that January.
They bought a lot of players, and most of them worked out.
Yeah, if they can keep the momentum, it's just not a lot of teams don't. But I think Pulis stays.
And they have lost Tom Ince, who turned down Inter Milan to get a home.
Yeah, but Pulis stayed at Stoke for so long. I can't see him leaving Palace this soon.
And he's not going to attract too many bigger clubs because he is somebody who's labelled with the long ball.
Yeah.
So
Steve Bruce.
Gone.
Yeah,
we're all backing him to go down.
I say he's going down. He's gone.
He's gone.
I'm not backing Hull to go down, but he's still gone.
And Pearson.
Gone.
I think he's got to go, isn't he?
He's gone. How many managers are actually staying there?
Well, let's see how many are going. We're saying 8 are being sacked.
Oh, it's a good year for managers.
It's a good year for managers. We don't know how many
The
of the
LMA
replacements
will be
get sacked.
delighted. The LMA are having a party.
But then we don't know who gets sacked after Hull bring in 3 managers.
Yeah, once Martin Yole's back in, it's all bets are off.
Felix McGrath.
And
Everyone's hoped for Mick McCarthy's return to Hull. Not that he's been at Hull, but return to the Premier League. I meant return to the Premier League. And
Please
just
come
going
back,
to Hull.
Mick.
Bring Mick home.
we don't know as well. That stat can change dramatically because we have voted on Pochettino staying. So if Pochettino goes, that could open the floodgates to 20 managers.
Yeah.
Tottenham could just sack a manager a week.
And when Irvine goes to replace Martinez at Everton, being their former youth coach, that's when all our predictions go. But right, we've talked about the League Managers Association members. Who wins the Professional Football Association's Player of the Year?
I'm going to not go first. I don't want to.
Are we talking the ones that the players vote for?
Well, just
I've got a lot
Player
of contacts that would make this unfair. I know where the votes are going.
Where are they going?
I don't want to make it
Is it
unfair.
Nathan Dyer?
No, I'm not too sure. I think
So we saying.
I just mean who's player of the season.
Who's going to be player of the season? I think.
I said Juan Mata last year.
I'm going to say Aaron Ramsey. I think that he will, if he's fit for the whole season. I think he. Obviously, you've got to predict a player being fit all season to win the league. So that's kind of a boring comment anyway. But
Don't worry, we can cut it. We can cut it.
Fine. Aaron
we
Ramsey.
can't now. Aaron Ramsey, okay.
He had a great season last year. He only needed to be fit for those months, and he probably would have been a very strong contender.
Yeah. Okay, Quinton, I want you to give your Liverpool one and another one, and not to say that the Liverpool one can't win it, but just that because
you will put.
I'm
Liverpool
thinking because I like it's easier that way. I'm going to give an Arsenal one and any other.
And Ben's got to do a Burnley one then.
Why?
Because they're your team for the season. You're
not.
a Burnley fan this year.
I'd say that if it's not, I'll put two forward as well.
I'll go for Liverpool player of the season is Raheem Sterling.
Okay.
And the player of the season is John Flanagan. No, it's going to be. So if Chelsea, we said Chelsea win the league, so it's probably going to be a Chelsea player.
Wasn't last year.
No, but I mean I don't see. Well, is there going to be somebody exceptional from one of the other sides? I think
that's what we're here to tell them.
Yeah, but I'm just building up. It's just a slow build up. Build the tension. No, work the crowd. Yeah, no, I think possibly Cesc Fabregas.
I think Fabregas will be the difference for Chelsea. I don't think he'll. I don't know. He won't start. He'll be in the starting lineup in all the big games, but it'll be quite hard for a Chelsea player to be.
It could be Hazard.
I'm also going to put a shout towards Ramsey, but I think we're all ignoring Van Persie.
I was going to say Wayne Rooney, so as my second. But
yeah, I can see Rooney falling out with Van Gaal more likely than I can see.
Yeah,
someone's a lot of people are falling out with Van Gaal, and it might not be to the detriment of the team.
I think so far though, the noises is that Van Gaal's really impressed by Rooney.
Yeah, but it's early days.
Yeah, no,
it's the honeymoon.
He's fallen out with other managers, Fergie.
Yeah.
Who's so who have you gone for? Have you gone Rooney? Yeah.
I'm saying Ramsey, but
Ramsey,
I think maybe Rooney.
Ramsey. I'm going to change to Hazard.
Okay.
If we're doing that, then who is the player of the year junior? Who is the young player of the year? I've said Sterling for Liverpool, but
how are we doing this though? Because are we allowed to say
rules?
Sterling? Because he's a pro now. Like he's in the starting lineup.
He's 19.
Are we picking someone to break?
Yeah,
through?
but he's had a season. Yeah.
I think we're saying breakthrough.
Oh, who's the breakthrough this season then? What Premier League reserve
they haven't broken
team?
through. Don't know their names.
Yes, because I say, what Premier League reserve are you picking?
I think
Bojan's still 19, isn't he?
I reckon Harry Kane is going to get. I reckon Harry Kane.
Do you think Pochettino knows who Harry Kane is?
He's had to start a lot of the games.
Right, in the pre-season.
Yeah, Januzaj. No,
he's had a season.
No, I'm joking.
It's tricky because the way we're doing it. Joel Campbell is perhaps an interesting one because he's not really played in the Premier League.
I think it'd be tough to call him a breakthrough season. He played later stages of the Champions League. So.
A World Cup.
And he's played
What a guy. He probably won't play in the league, but what a guy.
Yeah, he probably won't.
I don't know. If we're going... Aaron Ramsey probably could win Young Player of the Year just because he probably still qualifies, doesn't he? But I mean, if we're going breakthrough, it's very difficult because I don't know the players' names. There's a bloke that plays for Everton that's meant to be very good. Is it Leedson? I don't know.
Well, you don't know him.
Or Garbett. There's Garbett's going to get through, so I'll go for him.
Well, no, I don't mean to pick a complete unknown, but we can't have ones who've already been mentioned before. It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
You can't.
So that's it. That's done. You've ruined that round.
Who's
top scorer then?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Wait, who is top goal scorer?
It's Harry Kane. No, it's not. It's not. It's Van Persie, isn't it? We're all ignoring the horrible thing where United are back. That's what's happening this season. We're all terrified to say it, but that's the truth.
I'm not terrified to say it.
They beat Real Madrid. Ashley Young scored 2. He's working miracles. Didn't
Real Madrid lose every game in that tournament though?
Did they?
Lost every game.
Well, Man United really got to them then, didn't they?
I don't, the top goal scorer. I'd say I'm going Rooney. I think Rooney is going to have a good season, a very good season.
If Aguero stays fit, it's him
How come?
because he's the best striker in the league.
Ooh, okay.
But and his goals per minute is unbelievable. It's just if he stays fit.
I find it hard to bet. Like, Aguero is probably a certain starter, but with City, they've just got so many options. Like, if Jovetic starts playing well, maybe Aguero isn't a certain starter.
That's the thing. You should think that maybe Costa is going to have all the supply, and but he might play Didier.
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
might just say Didier.
I think after last season, I think it's very hard to pick a Chelsea player to be top scorer just because they didn't. I mean, even with the supply, it wasn't just they didn't have the strikers. They weren't a team that went out to score a lot of goals. Whether they try and change, I'm not sure Costa does that. I'm not sure Costa changed it by himself. I think they need a different style of play
I'm still
as well.
Fingers crossed that he'll be bad, but I'm not sure.
I think Van Persie's a good shout as well. But I think if Aguero stays fit, possibly him. I mean, both of them, Aguero and Van Persie. If one of them stays fit all season, I think they're really good shouts. Sturridge could be there. Sturridge got 20 odd last season. He missed quarter of the season, but
Yeah, I think
more people are on Sturridge this season though, and the fact that I know, to be honest, a lot of his goals did come when he wasn't playing with Suarez, so I'm not saying that, but
oh no, I know
there's a bit of
the partnership was a thing. Suarez, a lot of Suarez's goal came because of Sturridge and vice versa as well. So I think he'll score. Yeah, it'll be Liverpool's top scorer, I think.
Yeah. I think he's good for 15 plus, isn't he?
Yeah.
For sure. But if he stays fit,
so
Jordan Henderson's my top goal scorer. There you go.
can we? When we predicting Gerrard has his last game? When does he get out of the team?
He won't play every game this season.
When's he not in a big game when they're playing United at home?
Oh, 2017.
2017.
Yeah,
it's going to be longer than that, isn't it? It's going to be like.
If Rodgers is gone in 2016, is that what we're saying?
Yeah, well, Rodgers wanted to convert him a centre back. That's why they're not signing another centre back.
Yeah.
And because they signed 108 last season.
Yeah, we still got Thiago Lloris. Apparently might be going on loan to Dortmund. Like, he's quite a good player, but he's just
a CD.
Nobody's seen him. I don't know. He hasn't even played pre-season. It's bizarre. He hasn't gone to Stoke yet.
All these things will contribute to when Gerrard plays his last game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, who's signing of the season?
Signing of the season, I think it's already happened. In January, McGeady, he had a little false dawn just because Everton were doing so well.
They re-signed him this summer. Then is that how he's eligible?
Who is signing of this summer? You can't just pick it.
Well, I can predict.
Van Persie was a good signing 2 years ago.
Probably would. I'm going to end up saying Fabregas because I think he's going to be the reason they win the league.
Is it not Frank Lampard? City stitched him up beautifully.
It is a great signing.
You never would have gone to City normally. It's like,
everyone
come and play for New York.
Everyone was calling it a surprising signing. When he went to New York City, it wasn't surprising that he was going to Man City till March.
Truthfully, I was caught a bit by it.
I was gobsmacked.
I didn't see it coming.
I think Sanchez.
I don't think Lampard saw it coming.
I think Sanchez was one of the best signings.
Yeah.
Whether he settles straight away, that's the thing. I think he will in time.
A very good signing. It's just more. It's measuring on the impact it has on the season. Because I still sort of predict Arsenal to be just off it, unless they get maybe one more, and then all of a sudden you go, Sanchez. Whereas I think Chelsea have done the signings that make the signing of the season is the guy who keeps you up or the guy who gets you somewhere.
And
I don't know how much further Sanchez brings you on. I think
until we win the league.
Yeah, I hope so.
But I can't enjoy it because I've said we're going to finish third.
Yeah, that's what Cameron was cheering the fall away last season. Just as because I predicted we came sixth when Gerrard slipped, I cried tears of joy.
You? Fourth was guaranteed, and you stopped watching. You didn't care.
Yeah, it's locked in, never in doubt.
Lukaku.
Yeah,
genuinely getting Lukaku.
Yeah,
Lukaku
it doesn't feel like
the signing of the season.
It doesn't feel like he's
so
a new
cheap.
signing, stranger. Yeah, doesn't feel like a new signing, if you know what I mean, just because he was there last year.
It will to them. They did not think they were keeping him.
If you were Everton and you had the choice of getting Lukaku or Costa, who Chelsea bought, you probably want Lukaku.
Yeah, he's proven in the league. That's the bit. And young, he's 21.
He's a great signing for them.
He'll get a lot of money when he goes as well. He's just a really sound investment.
Yeah, I think
he'll go in a couple of years, but
being a good signing.
I'm a bit worried that Emre Can's going to be Rodgers' first decent signing in a year.
Yeah, I think he long term is the best signing Liverpool have signed this summer.
Who is he? Where does he play?
He played for Leverkusen, but he was a Bayern player. They sold to Leverkusen. They could activate the buyback clause next year, so
Right.
Leverkusen basically sold him to us because Bayern were going to come back in for him for cheap next year.
All right, okay. So where's he play?
He plays
Position?
central midfield.
He's a deepish midfielder,
Yeah.
apparently.
Okay.
But he's 20 and he's built.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried that he'll be pretty decent actually, but Rodgers has signed enough players, and some of them will be rubbish.
So you're saying he'll be flop of the season?
No, I'd have no. It's going to be a Liverpool player for certain.
Signed so many.
You can't.
And Markovic looks a good player, but he's just been injured for the rest of the pre-season, so who knows?
Lovren could be, because it's getting it right at centre back as well. Sort of some centre halves only look good with a certain type of centre half next to them. So,
What we're more or less getting towards the end now. But what Southampton player does the best that's left? What former Southampton player? Which is Southampton signing?
I'm
of
not
the
sure if they're
season?
fielding a team this year. I think they might just be packing it in.
But I mean, the players that have gone, which one does the best?
Oh, I see the levers.
I think Shaw's the best player. I think.
Adds up with the most expensive to go as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. He does look very good. I think Lambert's probably the worst signing. I'm not just saying it because he's gone to Liverpool, but 34, even at 4 million, is.
He's 32, isn't he?
Is it 32? It's still a lot. I don't know. 4 million is a lot of money for someone who is literally just going to be a squad player. You're almost better off just developing a youngster.
You haven't really got any. I don't think there's any spectacular strikers coming through.
Well,
But
like sign a youngster.
I think Lambert's a fine sign.
I think it makes sense. It's just a backup striker. If he's going to be third choice, he'll play cup games and he'll.
Sure is probably the best player, but I don't know. I really back Chambers. I think he's looked really good in pre-season for us, and he's going to be playing.
He's going to be a really good player.
Sort of right back centre back. He might not play much this season.
Well, that was what I was kind of going for. Who's going to do the best this season
Schneiderlin.
when he goes? Yeah.
Finally's not going anywhere. He's staying. They're keeping him.
All right, make a decision. Who's going to do the best this season out of Southampton's movers and shakers?
This season, sure.
Chambers.
Lallana, because I've got to back my own. Right, pundit of the season.
Rude Hullett, he's gone to the match of the days.
That's true. Rude Hullett. Or Phil Neville had turned down a coaching role at United to go to match of the day.
Van Gaal got rid of him. This is like when United keep losing.
Serious, he was so bad.
Phil Neville turned him down.
So
Phil Neville knows something we don't. Maybe United aren't back.
He was so bad at.
I think the whole World Cup was like a
World
sort of punditry exercise for Phil Neville. Like,
It was terrible.
Don't talk to me about punditry.
Michael Owen. There you go.
Danny Murphy. God, that was
I
do
thought
I
Murphy was
like any
alright.
pundits? I don't know. Maybe Pat Nevin.
a Chelsea man. Mourinho said we need more Chelsea men.
Loro wins it again, but
Loro can't. He's a sexist. He's got done at the World Cup, didn't he, for sexism?
what did he say?
He said something
Repeat it on air.
He said that like my mother could have scored that goal, and sort of, or like no, he stopped being a girl is what he said when
right.
someone went down injured, something like that. Sorry, Lawrenson.
God, that's one listener
Putting
gone.
words in his mouth.
Something like that.
Howard Webb's gone, and I think the time's gone.
We don't know who's going to win the cups.
Oh,
We
should
just
we do
left,
the
we
cups?
just
Should we do
left
the
them
cup?
without.
We've got to do the cup.
Right, let's do the cups. The Football League Trophy. League Cup.
What's that?
That's
not
Football
what
League
it's- That's
Trophy.
not what it's called.
No, the Football League Trophy is the Johnston's Paint, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. John Stones. Apparently, like somebody said,
Who's winning
they
Johnston's
call him.
Paint
They call him.
Trophy? Just
They
ask
call
the
him.
question.
They call
Apparently
apparently
John Stones has won that one.
No, apparently John Stones. Some people call him Paint Trophy because of Johnston's Paint Trophy. I thought it was a good nickname.
Oh.
But you, who wins the League Cup?
Swindon.
Swindon win the League Cup.
They're in
No,
it.
oh,
They're
we're
in it.
talking
Gotta be in
about
it to
the
win
League
it.
Cup, are
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, I just got it
Oh,
wrong.
jeez.
We can do the Johnston's Paint. I'll go with Swindon because I don't know anybody else like that.
I'm not going to Swindon. I hate them. I'll go with Bradford City.
Cam?
I don't know. All the contenders are teams I don't know much about, apparently.
Right, League Cup. Proper League Cup. Who wins?
Man United.
Ooh.
Van Gaal won a trophy early.
I'll say Man City. I don't see why they won't win it.
I'll say Chelsea.
Right, there you go. We're unanimous. Who wins the FA Cup?
I'll say the FA Cup will go to Arsenal.
Oh, retaining.
Retainers.
That's the thing, like this is where it becomes difficult. Where my sort of not being able to take joy if I don't back us to win it. So we'll win it.
Liverpool win it.
Oh,
I am predicting a Liverpool-Arsenal final.
Champions League win it. Europa League winners.
Europa League. Hull.
Steve Bruce.
No.
Relegated, sacked. Europa League winner.
Do Walsall, Leisure get in? Do they?
yeah, they're in it. Yeah, after fielding, they shouldn't be the cheats. But they're
Celtic are probably still in it. They've only got through to the next qualifier. They can get knocked out of the Champions League twice in a season.
I don't know.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. Right, Champions League winners.
I kind of almost think Real Madrid because
Because they've signed a hell of a lot of good players.
and they won it last year.
They've been very modest about it, haven't they? Just not, kept quiet this summer and just gone about their business.
How does Modric get in that team? And he was apparently one of their better players last season. Just unbelievable.
I think it is Real Madrid. Possibly Barcelona have got a good front line, mind, when one of them returns from a massive ban and the other one gets back from a back injury.
I think if we qualify against Besiktas, we'll have a better run at it than usual this year. I think with like Sanchez and Walcott, we'll have a bit of pace in behind. I don't think we'll win it. I think we'll have a good run. I can't think who's going to win it. Teams don't retain it.
No, Arsenal, Bayern Munich could, because they could just come up.
Yeah, but Tiki-Taka's dead.
Yeah, Tiki-Taka is
It's toast.
long live the king. Tiki-Taka's dead. I think what is going to be the formation of the season?
Formation of the season.
4-2-2-2.
Is that the Rodgers formation? Is that the diamond?
No. Rodgers changes all the time. He's a tactical maverick.
So this 3-5-2 is up there.
I'm just sticking with 4-5-1. That's going to remain it.
It's all most of them are modifications on 4-5-1. So yeah. All right, yeah. But who wins? So who does win the Champions League?
I would say Real Madrid. I said it. Madrid
retain.
With 2 retainers, but basically a repeat of last season. 2 retainers.
I'll give it to Dortmund. Are they in it?
Yeah. I'm just going to go Barcelona. Suarez fires them to Champions League glory.
Is there anybody sort of floating around as well? Last season we did this. Is there anybody we know is leaving their club, but where are they going?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Suarez has got it done nice and early this season.
Because we had Suarez, we had Rooney last season. Did Bale stay or go? I think.
Yeah, we did that.
We had Suarez, Bale, and Rooney. They were all really heavily.
The only really one is like Remy, the one that springs to mind.
Where does he
hasn't gone
go?
to Liverpool, and he's probably not going to stay at QPR, I think.
Probably can't go to Newcastle now.
Oh, they've said they might want him. Why not?
Why not?
I think
he's another man.
No, there's no real big saga hanging in the balance, is there? Unless I'm forgetting one.
I mean, I think there will be a couple of big signings before the end of the window now. I think there will be a couple of big signings, but it's just they'll be a bit left field. A bit like the Urza one.
I've got. Can we just do one last game? Go through all the teams.
We haven't done the Community Shield winner yet. That's tomorrow. This is the day before the Community Shield winner.
Yeah,
I think it's Arsenal. I think Man City will...
I'm not going to predict that. But
I'm not 100% sure what side Man City put out. It's only a friendly.
I reckon let's predict how much money gets spent between now for each club and the end of the season.
This is like Graham Swanson watched when he's got the
Yeah,
TV behind him. So there's been 450 million spent. This
Right, so what, by each club?
By each club. So we'll go by manager because we've got the list of managers.
What?
Right.
What is this?
Let's just...
How much money they spend between now and the window closing.
Right, okay. So
Right,
I'll go through
And
it then.
it's not like net spend.
That's how much they spend.
It's just
On
how
players
much
or
they
like
spend.
food or what?
On players. On players.
Petrol.
All right, Wenger.
I'm gonna say
25.
30.
Who are we getting?
He's saying 30 million. He's like,
Khedira.
You're getting Khedira.
I'm going on the basis you buy Khedira, 30 million.
Khedira and a young one from Spain.
But the thing is, you probably don't pay 30 for
we
him.
haven't got time to discuss them all, so let's just go through.
Van Gaal.
65.
45.
65 million.
Martinez. I'm just taking numbers.
7.
Mourinho.
Hold on.
Rogers.
42.
Monk.
Rogers, 200.
Right,
200 million.
I think that's
Sold.
it. Let's
Mourinho.
remember Mourinho. He goes. He said he spots 20 million. 20 million. Keep going.
We're going. Oh, Pardew. Pochettino.
No, we're going too quick.
70 million.
Should we call this a day?
Yeah.
Let's call this a day. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in January when we just consolidate our already correct predictions. Bye. It's a bye from me.
Bye.
Say bye, Ben.
Oh, give me a chance. I'd like to say bye to you guys.
Bye.
Bye.